Welcome back, everybody, to more EU4 with me, Daniel. Last episode, I hit the wrong button. So we didn't save scum or anything. I just went back and repeated it. The only thing that were different between January and April the 2nd this time is that I guess rebels didn't happen for Portugal, and Bavaria decided to be very, very rude, I guess, and blockade us. So I guess there's one positive, one negative. Bohemia's leader didn't die, which, I mean, they probably wish they did because they're 1, 2, 4, and that's not very good. But that was not my intention, so let's try that again. I meant to hit this button. And because we're not going to co-belligerize Tunis, the whole coalition is not going to fire. So this was what I was meant to do last episode. Oh, I got so ready to roll in combat that I made a big derp and didn't press. The other thing that we might want to do, and I thought about this and I would have done this in hindsight, but I didn't want to cheat and do it earlier because I didn't do it last time. Even though we're ahead of time, I'm going to get military tech 20 now. That will give us... it'll give us a new cannon. So our leather cannon is being replaced by the swivel cannon. It is going to hurt our morale, though, for everybody really except the mercenary stack, because it only has 3 cannons in it. Our mercenaries are probably just going to go and siege out Tunis so we can knock them out of the war immediately. We should probably split this stack and try and siege everything simultaneously. We don't really care about getting this land. The interior of Northern Africa is so low development that it's really not a big deal, and the Tunis trade node kind of sucks. It's really not very good, so it's not a priority. Now, we are going to have to wait for our 32 stack of troops to be able to leave our vassal's territory. I'm sure Toulouse. Oh, I don't want to ask for open borders myself because that'll be yet another relationship, and we're already getting -3 on that. Well, I'll see if my vassal gets it. Speaking of my vassal, you are definitely not siege mode. I would just go for no focus. We don't have to deal with any European nation, which is nice here. So we know that there's only going to be war on 2 fronts. Down here, of which Portugal's probably going to do the bulk of the work. And over here, where, well, we will have to do the bulk of the work. We didn't need to invite Britain in, but, I mean, we might as well. If we have them in on a war, they're less inclined to attack somebody else. So, I mean, we're helping them when you really think about it. Once we get our diplomat back, we will probably start just buttering up our allies again, as it's been a while. And we want to start by trying to siege out some locations very, very quickly. Because I suspect the vast majority of the Ottoman troops are down here. So we want to make hay while the sun shines. We don't have to backfill, carpet siege everything yet. We need to siege out as many as possible. As many forts as possible. Our navies are... Why did they have to sit here? I mean, it could be a lot worse, but that's not where I would choose to put them. It's fine. Our 86 stack of ships, even though we are going to be horribly outnumbered, probably is still going to be okay. So what we're going to do is go over to the Gulf of Toronto, just so we're kind of in the middle of everything. Also, this was meant to be across 2 provinces. What are you doing? And by we, I mean me. Like, what am I doing? I guess this other stack might as well go and siege this out. I mean, Tunis already has rebels in this province, but again, they're peasants, so they're going to suck. We should be able to smack them straight away. Poland is probably going to go and siege out Constantinople immediately. We're clearly going to be taking territory over here first. Now, we spoke about it a few episodes ago, But Greece is all the same culture group. So getting Greek as an accepted culture tends to be an incredibly efficient pick. So that's probably where we're going to try and focus. That was an interesting voice crack. I guess we should go down here first, go to Corfu while we have our ships here. Yes, their navy was over here, so we still have some time on our hands. The other nations that were involved are all non-factors. So that will be fine. I do have to watch very, very carefully, though. But if their navy comes over here. If it does, we're just going to have to move our main fleet in so we can get our trade fleet to escape without getting absolutely battered. We should also, as soon as Trebine gets sieged out, we're going to have to do at least a little bit of carpet sieging. I'm not worried about Bohemia making claims against things, but I am quite worried that Poland is. I guess I better do this now. So we'll do 5, 5, 5, and 5 like that. It's not going to keep us with enough troops in order to complete the siege. We're going to tell people to allow them to attach. My concern is that Poland's going to try and get claims on everything. We should combine those first, I guess. Is that the Ottomans have still not come over here yet, which is interesting. And then we need to split this stack so we can have 8, 9 there, and probably to Corinth. Yeah, this is exactly what happened. So Poland comes here and is like, hey, I want all of this land. So they get the claims on everything. Here's the big stack. (4230). I mean, they have a fractionally better naval leader than us. What Diplotech are they? They did get to Diplotech 20. But again, that doesn't increase their stats in combat in any way. So we'll probably lose some ships, but so will they. So I'm not going to move out of the way. You can only put so many ships out at the same time. Their engagement width is 66. Ours is a very nice number because of the improved crow's nest on our main ship. So hopefully we don't lose our flagship. That would be inconvenient. But it wouldn't be an absolute disaster if we did. It would be annoying, but it wouldn't be an absolute disaster. Okay, we're going to take our bigger stack and come over here to help finish that siege. This stack can go... Where are you going to? Yan... And he said Yanma, that's a Pokemon. Yanya? You can come over here. That was a stat wipe on Morocco. Do they have any troops left? They do, so we'll have to pay attention, but I suspect they're not going to come this way. So we can also split this to avoid some attrition. Do that, do that, do that. And that. That's a different province. That wants to come down here. We are taking... Well, we're taking some losses. But so are they. And now we're going to bring in some fresh ships. Also, oh, wow. I've never done this before. Ottoman flagship captured. During a battle against the Ottoman fleet, we managed to capture a ship I can't pronounce. The flagship they have prided themselves on so much in the past. While it is certainly an impressive ship, we did not only defeat it, but managed to bring it back more or less in one piece. So it's called a Pake something. Oh my word. So we lost 12 galleys, but managed to gain 4 transports and a heavy, which is probably that flagship. While they lost 3 heavies, 3 lights, 27 galleys, and 4 transports. We're going to combine our fleets together for now. It is interesting, so we can tell this is the flagship. Does it have any better stats than anything else? 80 cannons, 60 and 8.5. No, so it doesn't keep the same traits as when it was the flagship. But we can tell that it was their flagship. Okay, that's interesting. We clearly want to go back and heal our ships, because that was a nasty naval combat. This can go up here, so this smaller stack now doesn't have to be there, so that's not just attrition for no reason. That was a stack of troops, but not a big one. Yanya has been set on. Is that a separate province? Yes, it is. Cephalonia. Oh, they're sitting there. That's interesting. If I do this, and so if I click on repaired ships, so 94 of our ships were not damaged. So I can bring them back into the fight against their stack. And we can get 7 more ships. And then, yeah, we've just decked their entire trade fleet and got 2 light ships out of it. Not that we want those. So we want to select mission. We're going to have them protect trade. Let's have them protecting Ragusa. We don't have anybody doing that, but we're going to have them go back and hide because, well, 5 trade ships out in the middle of the sea is going to get absolutely destroyed. Our remaining fleet can then go back and heal up. And we should probably split our stacks again. We can try and get everything captured in Eastern Morocco all in one fell swoop. Well, it would make sense, wouldn't it? The other nice thing about this, thinking about it, so we're walking over to Cephalonia. Once that gets siege 2, they're going to bounce back again, and we should be able to hit them for yet another go around. So their fleet is down to, yeah, that's their entire fleet. 105 ships. It's still a big number. But we can pretty much neutralize that at this point. Now, we want to make sure that when we... I don't know why it does this, but when you split a stack that has the attach to modifier, it will attach that to every part of the stack no matter how much you split it. It's not that bad, I just forget that that happens. And I guess the Ottomans are not coming over here, so we'll start taking our mercenary troops over and see if I can start sieging out Isken... I don't know how to pronounce that. We tried. It's the thought that counts, right? We did our best. Our best wasn't very good, but we did our best. We should now, though, so once we get this province sieged out, we're going to try and consolidate a lot of our troops in one place because we've sieged pretty much every province that we would choose to go for right now. We're not going to be able to get Constantinople. That's just a pipe dream. Eventually, but not right now. Beautiful. More beautiful. Okay, so we're still healing up. Yeah, I'm probably not going to bop them. I thought about it, and I was like, we're still pretty damaged. So our 40k stack, they have already captured Constantinople. That is very fast. Let's have them start going down. All our other troops are just going to stay in place for now. We'll consolidate them afterwards. Where is their stack going? Nowhere. Okay, I guess... Do we want to bop them? I guess we should. So let's move our stack over to Naxabera. I'm sure that's not how you pronounce that, but one can dream. Guess we'll help deal with Jared. Jared, I forgot, was even there. They're just a one-province minor, and I legitimately forgot that they were even in this war. And Gascony is just going to siege them out, so that's fine. We'll let them do that. Let's get all of our troops consolidated there. Let's put them back in our own province. We have a lot of supply limit there, so we don't attrition for no reason. We can now sit in place so we can bop them. Is anybody else here at 100%? There's only one. There's some. We'll still wait. We outnumber them. So our navy's under attack again, but they have no morale because we're just not letting up. Stack wiping ships is nowhere near as easy as stack wiping land units, but we're still just shredding through them. And we're gaining ships hand over fist. So we got 4 more light ships, which we really don't need, but we're going to do the same thing. Tell them they're going to protect trade in Ragusa. Our remaining fleet, which really hasn't taken any significant damage, we're going to quickly run into a province to heal, because I don't know where they're going to flee to. It appears they fled to Sugla. Again, probably not how you pronounce that, but we try around here, that's all we can say. We try our best. Our best probably isn't very good, but we do try. And we're going to start having our stack consolidate so we can break it down into an appropriate size. And we're going to start sieging out Sugla. This fleet fully healthy? It is, so we're going to move back out. And that will help us with our siege timer. Who else is even in this war? Tunis is a non-issue. I'm just going to piece them out. Then I don't have to think about them anymore. I mean, we could vassalize them too, but I just don't see... There's not really any value out of it. And I don't really want to break their alliance either, because if I do, then they're just going to get eaten by somebody else. So we're just going to do that. War reparations and money, standard fare. They are down to 94 ships. They are going to get some morale this time. There's really nothing we can do about that. Split that stack. Put half in Constantinople. Put a leader on the other half. And they're going to start going to Isel. And then I guess you can go to Sinope. Our 30k mercenary stack still hasn't met any resistance yet, which is very nice. Oh, no one wants to work. 752 ducats in the bin. Pretty sad. Speaking of pretty sad, Portugal is trying to siege Meknes, a level 7 fort, but doesn't have enough troops. That's pretty unfortunate. One thing that's not unfortunate, though, is I can walk through Spanish territory, because Portugal and Spain are besties. And we can utilize that. Even though they hate us with a passion or in a coalition against us, they have to let us through. Is this a separate province? It is. So, okay, Sakis. We have to get that sieged before their navy comes out and says hello. Let's go deal with that. Sinope is already being sieged. This stack is already going to Isel. Can we get to Diyarbakir? We can. That is awesome. Let's start doing that. And then this stack can go... Haleb? Yeah, you can go to Haleb. Still, our stack down in Egypt is not being attacked. That's nice of them. And Navy. Navy on Navy action again. And we have 4 more ships. All transports this time, which I'm okay with. We have 43 now, which is excellent. They are losing, and losing some more. We're going to take the damaged ships... Which, oh my, that's a lot of them, in fact. Have them go back. We're going to have them repair in this process. We can repair in coastal territory, but it's still dangerous, because obviously you're exposed. Where are they going to flee to, I wonder? Is it going to be here? If that's the case, I'm going to have this stack turned back. Yes, it's exactly where they're going. How is this 20 stack doing? It is almost healed up, so by the time this month ends, we can probably send them off. Let's go to Kahir, or Kahir? I don't know. Maybe that's what it does nowadays. Probably not back in 1646. So this 20 unit stack is now going to go back and join the main fleet because they're fully healed up. Which, considering it's 5 heavies and 15 galleys, I'm a big fan of them returning. Big fan. And they are going to return just in time, yep. Because we're going to attack that navy yet again and get another 4 ships, another 4 transports. Where are they fleeing to this time? Going to Saruhan. So we're... Guess what? We're going to do the exact same thing again. So we're going to have these guys go and repair. They're so limited in damage, I was tempted to just have them stay in place. Yeah, you're not going to go heal there. That's idiotic. We're going to have them heal... well, I guess we'll have them heal here at this point. Every month they get a tick on healing, so it doesn't matter how many days during the month they're in the wrong, out at sea. As long as they're in a healing location when the month ticks over, that's all that matters. They're still sieging out Sinope, so that's going to give me a limit on where I can go. Yeah, Poland is... very optimistic, I guess, when it thinks of what we're going to give it. Look at all this pink and lime green that it's going to try and claim out of this war. Needless to say, we're not giving it to them. We're just going to take our big stack and leave it in place for now. I guess we'll start having it go down to Mentesha, because that's probably where they're going to flee. They might flee to Crete, or Girid, I guess. We could move a stack over here if we wanted to. We now have enough naval strength to move to Cyprus too, if we really want to. It's just very, very slow and inefficient, so if we can avoid it, we will. And they're going to come attack us again. And we can move our 22 remaining troops back. Jared wants to peace out. Does Jared have... That's only 5 development. We're not even going to bother with them either. Just give me war reparations and money. Oh, you got, like, basically no money. 10 gold. That's it, I guess. I don't want their annexation. Give me war reparations instead. Again, it's just not worth anything. There's their big stack, finally. So now we can see that they have a big, scary stack down in Egypt. Which we need to watch, because clearly we're horribly outnumbered. And we are starting to run out of fully healthy ships. So where are they running this time? Yeah, it's exactly where I mentioned. The only thing I don't know, I think I have to be in the Gulf of Satalia to be able to capture them there. Is this still healing up? They're pretty much healed up. We'll just move over. It's fine. I should have waited until the month ticked over. I quite literally just spoke about it, but it's fine. They're still going to heal here. That is the perk of having... Where is it? Which idea is it? As soon as I start talking about it, like, I can't find the thing I was talking about. Is it in here? Anyway, wherever it is, we have the ability to heal in coast. I think it's actually just a tech idea. I think I was looking for it in the 100% wrong place. Welcome to my life, where I remember just enough to be dangerous. And there we go again. Navy on Navy combat. We did complete that siege. We got 3 more ships. We got 1 heavy, 1 light, and 1 galley. Those light, yet again, are going to go protect trade, but for now they're going to hide, even though they're going to go deal with Bagusa afterwards. Get them out of the way, combine everything else. Anything that needs to heal, I'm going to go and have hide, just so they're not out in the middle of the ocean. And we're going to go have this stack. What on earth is happening here? Now, these guys are going to go protect trade in Ragusa. It is this stack I wanted to move. The Kabir has been sieged out. Let's go to Sinjar. We'd have to be careful because this stack is now trapped. So I guess we should go to El Karak and hope we can siege it out before they can de-siege Is Kennery. Because we can't escape. They've blocked our path on the way out. Ooh, aristocrats concerned. Well, I'm not going to lose stability, so I guess we're putting naval tradition in the bin. This is the place we need to be to get the siege bonus against Cyprus. That's good to know for the future. As for now, we're going to move to the Bay of Alexandria because that is apparently where their ships have gone. And we're very, very slowly getting to a point where we can consolidate all our armies. We are definitely not there yet, but we're getting close. So there's only 2 forts left, Sham and El Karak. El Karak, though, is a level 6 fort on a mountain. So that is pretty bad for us. So we're going to move our other stack over to Trablus. So that as soon as the siege at Sham ends, we can try and defend this El Karak siege. These ships can now combine over here again. Please don't complete the 14% tick. Oh, the sack of Dimashq. So we can discipline our troops. We lose an absolute ton of money. But doing this is a really easy way of getting quite a lot of army professionalism. We can just punish the perpetrators that sacked the city. Really causes some horrible damage to the city. The Ottomans hate us and we lose some prestige. Or we can just say, well, that's what happens. And then lose a load of prestige and army professionalism, get some money and some military power. This is useful if you're a poor nation. Clearly we are not. So we're going to go and get the army professionalism. For context, our army professionalism is now 64%, which is pretty good. 80% is a really helpful threshold if we can reduce our morale damage taken by reserves. 100% army professionalism is nice, but it is not an enormous deal breaker. It sounds better than it is. So now that we've completed the siege of Sham, we are going to attrition ourselves to death, but we have to complete this siege of El Karak. We don't want to get attacked on this mountain. That would be terrible. So we're going to go and just burn manpower temporarily to avoid that. 104 ship stack. There we go. We'll have you sit in place. And we have a national decision we can make. So we can now confirm a phallocracy. Oh my word. I can never pronounce this word. A phallocracy. There we go. By confirming this, our rule by the sea, we will receive tremendous bonuses to our navy. So you can only get this if you've completed either maritime or naval ideas, which we have. We have the strongest trade power in, well, there's a lot of options, but we have a lot of them. So I won't bore you with me reading them line by line. But what it means, practically speaking, is that until the end of the game, you get one more merchant, cheaper light ships, more navy tradition, and cheaper diplotech. It is an unbelievably useful thing to achieve if you can get it. I don't know where we're going to put... We're running out of places to put merchants, though. So how many of these things do we have now? 7? So is there anywhere else that has any money in it that we care about trying to snipe? Because we already have a merchant in Tunis. We don't have one in Valencia. But having said that, most of the money's coming to us anyway. I'm more tempted to try and just push it out of Spain's hands and possibly put one in Sevilla. And I think that's what we're going to do. So, oh my word, I can't pronounce our new merchant's name. No chance. Absolutely no chance. Let's see how much money they can push. Wait until next month. Let's see if we can push any money. A little bit. We can put some ships over here to help this as well. if we end up acquiring any more ships out of the naval combat, we're going to go and have it go there. So we have some ships in Ragusa. Most of them are in Alexandria or Constantinople, which I still think is the best place for them to be. But at least now we're going to have another way of hurting our opponents. The siege of Van is now completed. I'm intrigued why Poland didn't come this way, but maybe they can't get... Yeah, we don't have military access through Lithuania, I guess. That's why. I'm surprised Lithuania wouldn't give access to Poland. Anyway, that's fine. Not a big deal. We'll go up there and help. We have 40,000 troops in that stack. There is a 47,000 Ottoman stack there, but I'm not that worried about it. This attrition is pain, to the point where I'm even going to blow the walls up to speed this siege up, because we need to get it done so we can go and deal with the 78k stack. They still haven't de-sieged that location, which is surprising. I'm genuinely quite surprised. These two stacks, though, no longer have to hide. They can go back to trading. The Ottomans just don't have the naval strength to make me worry about that. We have finished this siege. We want to go over... We're probably not going to get there in time before it's de-sieged, but it's also farmlands. So that's really not that big a deal. We can probably siege that back rather quickly. Oh, and they failed their tick. That is the best it could possibly be. Our spy and the Ottomans just got caught. Do we have any maps we can steal? Any maps? Any maps? Anybody got some maps? No maps. Okay, then we're just going to accept that we're going to lose some of our spying power. That's fine. We should be able to make it here surely before the next round of siege ticks. Yeah, we are. We are going to be under strength initially, just because one of our stacks is so fast moving. They have the same discipline as us, and they do have more cannons initially, but they barely have any horses, so they're not going to be able to flank us. And one of our generals just died, so that's inconvenient. Was it one in that fight? I assume so. It must be. Move this stack over. These 50 ships can move over as well. Oops, that was a light fleet. Pretend I said nothing. Go back to Constantinople. Yeah, now our stats are better. At least in morale. They lost 27,000 troops. We lost about 9,000. It's still quite painful. But nothing compared to what they lost. Mercenaries go to Rashid so we can get the navy. As for everything else, I don't know where they're going to flee to. So I'm going to move here and kind of just see where they go. We're going to go to Gaza. Oh, there's... the Bosnian separatists have finally risen at a really inconvenient time. Of course they did. Of course they did. Okay, so that is sieged out. This stack can stay here. It'll give us a bit less attrition, because I still don't know where they're going. They clearly... Are they just moving there? Oh, we can catch that. Yeah, that's fine. And their navy is getting just trashed. Again, we got a light, a heavy, and a transport. And they lost about a quarter of their navy. We can combine these together. The injured ones can now go and hide. Oops, that's the non-injured ones. Our injured ones can go and hide. And we're getting to the point where, well... I'm tempted to siege out Cyprus, but do I want to keep Cyprus? Because it'll be a pain in the backside to deal with if it rebels. So I might just decide to not do that at all. Oh, their other stack, their naval stack, went to Tirana, which I didn't think. I thought they were going to come over here. That's fine. We can move over there super quickly. Not a big deal. Didn't stack wipe them. Where are they moving to? Where are they going? They are moving Maybe they're going to go over here. I don't know where they're going to go. And half the battle is trying to predict where they're going to flee to. Because we could stack wipe them if I can work out where they're fleeing to. We can move that to a new fort. Where are they going to go? They're going to Algarbia, which is here. Clearly not where they're fleeing to, though. Okay, they're coming here. Okay, that's perfect. We're already there. This is going to be a stack wipe. Yep, there we go. 37,000 troops. Gone. They still have 100,000 of them. Where are they? I only see about a third of their troops. I wonder where the rest are. I have no idea. Anyway, we're going to want to start sieging down the coast because we want them to run out of places where they can go. They can go over here. And we're going to attack their navy yet again. They only have 25 ships left. Oh, another general died. Where are they? Is it the one up here? Yes, it is. Of course it is. So once this siege completes, we can get a new general over there. We've captured another heavy ship. And they now don't have a navy. Correct. So we can move all of our ships back, get them healed. We don't have to deal with an Ottoman navy, and they'll never recover from that. There's just no way. And we also don't have to prioritize just sieging down the coast anymore. I should get another general here. Augusto guy with a last name. He has a last name, all right. We'll have those guys do the carpet siege, and we'll take these two stacks. Ah, here's a... Well, Poland's going to beat me to the punch, so I guess I'm going to come over this marsh and siege that out. There's 23,000 Ottoman troops. Are they moving over here? No, they're running out of money. You may notice this stack is now decreasing its numbers without combat. They're running out of funds to keep their troops alive. Needless to say, that's good news. An army we don't have to fight is an army that is less work to deal with. And that was also a stat wipe. Okay, so we have 82% war score in general. We're only 62 against the Ottomans, though, somehow. Despite the fact that they are getting absolutely obliterated. I highly doubt there's any more troops over here, so we're going to split up into smaller stacks for less attrition. We'll still stay in 10k stacks, though, just in case. Again, I don't want to split too thin, because if I'm wrong, then I'm just going to lose troops for no reason. And I don't play the game of losing troops for no reason if I can get away with it. It's not my jam. I can't get there without that siege being completed. That's unfortunate. I guess we're just going to wait. So one stack is going to wait in Wazit. The other one's going to wait in Samawat. Because Poland has spread themselves a little bit thin there by the looks of it. And I'd rather they not get a stack wipe. I mean, they're my allies after all, right? We should be looking after them. Level 2 fort. Let's get you captured as well. Yeah, it's really interesting that in the last war against the Ottomans, Poland really went out of their way to try and capture this area in Crimea as soon as possible. But this war, they just haven't bothered. I guess they just can't get permission down there. I am worried that we're going to start having stacks move this way, so I'm going to start having them go over to Medina, because we can piece them out pretty quickly. They're only a one-province minor. I don't want anything with them. I just want them to not have to be in the equation. Now Poland's over here, but you're a bit late. We'll go over and help complete that siege momentarily. Still only at 86% war score, though. The stack that's not moving should go to Kirim. There we go. We're never going to get to 100 because I just don't see the point in spending the effort in sieging Cyprus out, and we're not going to need to siege Cyprus out. It's not like it's a deal breaker on whether the Ottomans will peace out or anything. There's Theodoro sieged. That was nice and quick. So up to 88. Now what war score are we at with the Ottomans? Still only 70% somehow. I know there's one fort here and one fort there, but I guess that's somehow 30% of the war score, which is interesting. Imports compete with Italian quality goods. I don't want to lose mercantilism. It gives us more trade steering to buy American, but we lose mercantilism. Spain likes us for it too, so we're going to do the opposite because we hate Spain. It doesn't matter what the options were. If it's an option where we can hate Spain some more, we're going to do it right now because they're terrible. We don't want anything to do with them. If they ever think it's a good idea, then we can't do it. Medina's a level 7 fort too. That's inconvenient. It's going to take forever to annex them, to siege them out. I read the word annex. Speaking of, Tunis no longer has disgusting border gore because they ate the province in the middle. Good for them. Is Portugal still sieging this out? I just left a stack here as a precaution, but they are so bad at this that, yeah, Morocco still is mostly untouched. I guess I'll have to get involved and help them. Okay, they're looking to attack Corner. They're not looking to attack me. Thank goodness. We are at 100. Oh, that's rude of them. Yeah, the separatists have sieged the province out that we had sieged. What do we want to do to Spain? Probably... They only have 24,000 manpower. Let's sabotage their recruitment. I don't know how long our spy network at Spain was at 100 for, so we probably lost some efficiency there. But it's fine. This is going really well, so I'm not going to be too upset about it. Was it this sea zone for Cyprus? Yes, it was. We're not going to siege it out, but this will still give us war score. Just by being there and annoying them, we'll get war score. We are nearly capped on admin power. I don't want peasants to take out Constantinople's siege, so we'll go deal with that. I'm also going to move one stack of troops back in case the coalition fires on us. I don't want to waste power, though. Oh, it's fine. Next month we can get the next tech without having a penalty. So that's fine. We almost timed it to perfection, as it happens. Purely as a fluke, but... You know, I'm gonna say that I did it intentionally, right? It's an intentional fluke. Whatever that means. At 90%, we can probably piece them out for 100%. And yeah, they have quite literally no troops left. They have 49,000 manpower, so they're going to be able to build an army back. But I'm not bothered about it particularly. I mean, we could humiliate them, but I'd rather get some land off them. So, again, we talked about Greece before. So, Albania is a little bit unfortunate in a way, because we only have a very small number of provinces with that culture. It's just these four. Kind of makes sense when you think about what Albania was historically, but it's a bit unfortunate. But it makes sense to take that land so that I have a land border to the Greek territory. It's just a shame that this land is going to kind of suck. It's not a very high development. Most of it is mountainous, which makes developing it really expensive. It's orthodox, which means it's going to be a pain to convert. But we kind of at least need it to get to this area down to Greece. Now, in terms of states, northern Greece is this, and that, is it? Or is it this province as well? No, it is 5 provinces, but it's this weird small island of Cephalonia as well. That would be 35 war score if I took that, and obviously quite a lot of aggressive expansion, albeit mostly against the Ottomans. We do have claims down here in Egypt as well. So in terms of our claims, it's in this state. Well, 2 states specifically. The Bahari and the Delta state. So it's tempting to try and take these as well. Though these will be a nightmare to try and deal with if there's a rebellion. But having said that, they're worth so much money that it might be worth doing anyway. We wouldn't be able to humiliate them if we did, but we can certainly do war reps and request an absolutely staggering amount of money. We wouldn't get it all. We'd get about at 60, 65%-ish, give or take. And it does help our allies if we do this. And it means that those rebels they'll still have to deal with. I quite like this, so we are going to end up with 57% overextension, which is fine. The Ottomans would be able to join the coalition again, but they're going to be peace treated for pretty close to 15 years. About 14 and a half, give or take. I think this is what we do. Done. And lots of things come from that. This is a long old episode. You're getting a bonus coverage here. We'll peace out Morocco and all that after, next episode. But is there a way for us to get back? We're going to put our mercenary stack over here. For now. Actually, we'll take both stacks over because we can always just use our fleets to get out. We have so many ships. Now we have 51 transports. We're not going to have many issues. We are going to start protecting trade now in... Where was it? The Severe Trade Node. Because we want to try pushing things over to us. That stack is still sieging. This stack can run back to our territory, but we're going to go the slow way. So we're going to go up north and across to try and avoid running into any rebels that the Ottomans happen to have. Because we don't want to fix their rebel issues for them. We want them to struggle as much as they possibly can, which sounds incredibly rude, but that sounds like a them issue. How far over our naval force limit are we? Pretty spectacularly, so we're not going to build more ships. And we need to... First of all, what is the mission completion? We have completed... Where is it? Okay, here it is. Take the littoral. So if we do this, we just get a permanent claim on the Tyrol area, which is useful. I mean, it's not major, it's just this area. So we have permanent claims here. Better than nothing. We definitely want to start coring, because we're going to hit our cap very, very quickly if we don't. That means we won't be able to convert religion. And we'll deal with the rest of this war next episode, given we're getting onto the thick end of 50 minutes. Hopefully you've enjoyed this bumper episode. If you have, let me know. Hopefully you have a wonderful rest of your day. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you next time around. Take care now. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching the video, and if you'd like to see more, feel free to stick around.